2007 saw the release of two of my all-time favorite first-person shooter campaigns, with the legendary Halo 3 and Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, which in 2016 got remastered and stands, in my opinion, as one of the best remastered campaigns ever made. So in this video, I'm going to put these two games side by side to show you exactly how much has changed in my next episode of Breakdown Comparison.
It's the FNG, sir. Go easy on him, sir. It's his first day in the regiment.
Starting with some of the enhancements seen with your playable character, because I think those are some of the most impressive upgrades in the remaster. I've always made the statement that the remaster gave the player hands. No longer are you a floating head moving through the environment, now you can reach out and grab that rope and slide down with your teammates. This goes a long way in making you feel grounded in the world alongside the other characters as opposed to just floating alongside them. And speaking of other characters, the remaster gives all allies and enemies much more complex character models with tons of added detail. And even more complex character designs like Captain McMillan that still look great in COD 4 look even better with the added fidelity of the remaster.
Or tango's inside, don't even think about it.
Not to even mention the added arm and weapon crawling animations when prone, because as I said before, the remastered gives you hands.
Big, masculine. My hands tell a story.
Now let's take a look at some of the big differences between these games' environments. I've always felt the Crew Expendable mission to be a great location to show off COD 4's lighting. Everything from Captain Price's cigar to the red light inside the helicopter to the spotlight outside the helicopter, and all of this taking place in a thunderstorm in the middle of the ocean at night. And the remaster takes all of these elements a step further, with the cigar putting a more natural light onto Captain Price's face, and the red light inside the helicopter is far more vibrant, as it probably would be in the pitch black night. And the spotlight on the helicopter actually shines light down onto the deck of the ship, casting shadows of the descending operatives, whereas the original COD 4 does not. And though the thunderstorm effects with all the lightning and tidal waves crashing onto the deck of the ship still look great in COD 4, the remaster takes these a step further, with the rushing waters over the deck looking much more realistic, and the raindrops leaving a more realistic ripple effect all over the deck of the ship. And all of this comes together when the MiGs sink the ship at the end of the mission, with all the fire and water effects coming together in a true spectacle, and the remaster takes full advantage of the opportunity to show you just how many upgrades have been made.
Way out! On your feet, soldier! We are leaving!
Another interesting comparison is the opening of the mission Charlie Don't Surf with the United States Marines. Now take a look at how the Black Hawk helicopters are disturbing the surface of the ocean. Though the effect is a nice touch, the remaster makes this look far more realistic, and the ocean looks far more complex on how the wind is actually interacting with it. Not to mention the added flocks of birds around the shoreline are a nice touch. And I have to compare the moment where Captain McMillan revealed himself at the beginning of all gillied up, because it blew my mind in 2007 when I realized he was laying right there. And the moment works just as well in the remaster, maybe even better with the added shadows, but I gotta say I love that new skybox in the distance.
Too much radiation. We'll have to go around. Follow me and keep low.
And I'd be doing a disservice if I didn't do a comparison of the nuclear carnage in the mission Aftermath. The COD 4 version of Aftermath has been completely remade down to the crumbling buildings in the remaster, with much more detailed fire and spark effects to make this memorable scene that much more horrific. The remaster added a whole plethora of visual effects that were not in the original COD 4. Everything from added explosions that weren't in the original Call of Duty 4 to more subtle things like the power going out on the ship as it sinks under the waves at the end of Crew Expendable. Well, I guess I have a phobia of watching ships sink into the dark ocean because that shit creeped me out. Is that a thing that people have? I don't know, moving on. Here's a couple more beefed up explosion effects.
You're close. Enemy armor and infantry, 100 meters to the southwest of our location. Over.
Copy. Coming down. Copy. Coming down.
Whoa!
Blow the charge.
Breaching! Breaching!
Go, go, go!
Clear!
Taking the shot. Taking the shot.
Other than explosion effects, some of my favorite subtle effects were added to things like this Jeep in the Mission Ultimatum driving through the snowy forest, because in the remaster, the headlights are actually on, which is far more safe, casting light into the environment, and the same is applied to the brake lights. Even taking down enemies has seen some added detail, with blood effects only triggering in COD 4 with headshots.
He's down.
But in the remaster, this has been completely overhauled.
Guys, right side. I'm on it.
Now let's take a look at some of the weapons of COD 4 and compare them with their remastered counterparts, starting with the MP5. Taking a closer look at the MP5 of COD 4, with its brighter model, you can see pretty much every detail that the COD 4 engine allows. Comparing that to the darker gunmetal seen on the MP5 of the remaster, the details are a little bit harder to see, but rest assured, they're there. One of my favorite added details of the MP5 of the remaster are the little droplets of water all over the gunmetal in the Mission Crew Expendable, which really make you feel like you're in that environment, which is a detail missing from the COD 4 version. Moving on now to another weapon comparison with the AK-47, which still looks great in COD 4, but with the remaster you get so much more detail in the gunmetal with all kinds of little scratches, and it's always cool to see things like that added detail in the wood grain. These are the kind of details that I like to see in a remaster. Now moving on to the weapon sound comparison, which do you think sounds better? And in conclusion, as I said at the beginning of the video, I love COD 4's campaign. It's one of my favorites, and the remaster is one of the best examples on how to properly do a remaster, and I wish other studios put this much effort into their remakes.
Gotcha. We're all aboard! Go!
Roger that, we're out of here. Base plate, this is Big Bird. Package secured, returning to base. Out.
So guys, thank you for making it all the way to the end of my very first Call of Duty breakdown comparison video, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed creating it for you guys, because as you guys know, I love making these types of videos, and I love that you guys enjoy watching them. So if you found yourself enjoying this video, be sure to drop a like on it. It helps the video reach more fans, and as you guys know, it means a whole lot to me. And be sure to let me know down in the comments, if you like this video, what other breakdown comparisons would you like to see? If you like this one, maybe I'll make a Modern Warfare 2 versus Modern Warfare 2 Remastered video. Let me know down in the comments what you want to see. I'm open to anything, but guys, thank you for watching the video, and that's all I have, so I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.